Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Upper St. Clair Panther Stadium for today's soccer match. Whitfield Quad A Section 2 match between the Panthers of Upper St. Clair and the Highlanders from Baldwin High School. I'm Rob Mertz here with Gavin Williams. Happy to be here with Gavin. How are you, Gavin?
Good, Rob. It's a gorgeous day for soccer, albeit a little sunny.
It's a little warm for October 7th up here on the veranda of the press box at Upper St. Clair High School, but we're enjoying it. It's a good soccer Saturday here, so we'll get right to the action. Well, actually, we'll talk a little bit about the section. Panthers did themselves a big favor beating Bethel Park the other night, coming off back-to-back wins, Canamac and Bethel Park. They're definitely in a situation where they can compete for the top spot in the section coming into what will be the last week of section play this week. They've got Peters Township on the schedule. That'll be an important game for the Panthers. But let's talk about Baldwin for a second. Last time out at Baldwin, it was a 2-0 victory for the Panthers. Could have been much worse. And we'll look. I think my prediction today is it is gonna be much worse. Be maybe 4-5 or more nothing. But we'll see. You never know. Baldwin comes in here with a very talented and dangerous player up top, Alina Stahl, number 24. That they'll watch for her. She's the one that'll do the damage if the damage is going to get done.
Yeah, and I mean, Upper St. Clair should be no stranger to somebody playing long ball to a talented target up front. Seems like everybody's played that way.
Here's a ball from Givens through for Madsen, who's up top for the Panthers. And we'll just set the starting lineup for the Panthers. Visman and Kren on the outside backs. Mia Snyder, Katie Kincaid. At center back, we've got Cassie White at that holding midfield position, playing alongside maybe a slightly more advanced Haley Perry, and Nikki Gibbons at that attacking mid. Across the top, the aforementioned Jane Madsen at target, Emily Rocco on the left side, and Lexi Worley on the right. So here's Baldwin trying to break out of their own zone, but Visman comes up with it and knocks a pass into Gibbons' feet. She can't quite handle it, and Baldwin will turn towards midfield and play down the line. Pass deflected off of Visman. Here come the Highlanders. Stahl running free in the middle. They find her with one touch. She'll come into the top of the area on that left foot and shoots Rocco out with a great save as Jill came a good 10 yards off her line and was able to block with her legs the shot attempt from Stahl. That's just about the best chance they'll probably see this afternoon, as Stahl was in alone at the top of the box.
Yeah, Panthers got a little over-aggressive in terms of stepping up from the back line, and as a result, Mia was pulled up, and Stahl's very dangerous. She showed great pace there, but that was a really nice save from Jill Rocco. Good
cross from Emily Rocco, headed wide by Lexi Worley. Yeah, Jill came off her line there, and had she not been 10 yards off her line, I think that's a goal, because she just was so close to Stahl by the time that Stahl pulled the trigger that it just didn't work out. No angle for that ball to get past Rocco.
Yeah, really good read. So let's see if the Panthers can get a little momentum going on the offensive end here. Again, Nikki winning a head ball.
Yeah, that's a consistent theme for the Panthers this year, and a good one. Here comes Kren all the way down to the end line from that back spot. Crosses, but does wide of the near post, one out over the end line.
Not sure if she thought she saw the Baldwin goalie cheating out and tried to go direct, or just a bit of a mishit. I thought Marissa Kren played probably her best game of the season against Bethel Park. The second half of the Bethel Park game, she really dominated play and was the facilitator in a lot of the Panthers' attack.
So a goal kick from Baldwin. Taken long, comes to Kren, but up to Stahl at midfield, not able to turn from Kincaid. Played down the line, no one there for the Highlanders, and Snyder will grab the mail and turn in her own end with it. Plays Visman on the near side. She plays forward, pass off the mark, but does well to come back and compete, win a ball. Now it's out for a Highlander throw. Gibbons near the ball. Baldwin stays on it, though. Here's Perry now to White. She'll turn out and play the far side to Kren right at midfield. She'll carry over the midline and try to find Madsen at the top of the box. Ball gets past Jane, though, and the goalie's there to gather that one in.
Yeah, I don't think Jane quite expected the Baldwin defender had a lot of trouble with that ball. And had Jane kept her run going instead of expecting her to play it, she may have been all alone.
Good defending there from Visman. Stahl lays one off, but St. Clair comes up with it. Gibbons finds it off of White's pass, down in the corner for Madsen. She'll be able to get to this one. Pulls it back. Baldwin defender right there, though, and it'll be cleared up the line. Here comes Stahl.
It's interesting, Rob. It looks like Mia, instead of in a typical sweeper spot, is almost in a shadowing role on Stahl. She's really following her almost every time the ball's turned over.
Here's a ball down for Mia towards the end line, going to be too far for Rocco. Well, if that, in fact, is their strategy, it's really not a bad one because I just don't think anyone else on this team is going to hurt us rather than number 24. So if you can take her out of the mix, I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah, so long as Katie Kincaid sort of recognizes that and plays a little more of a deep safety spot, I think that's it. May not be a bad idea to bracket it.
Here's Kincaid now off of that goal kick. White tries to go over top for Madsen. Ball deflected off a defender. Jane falls down, and Baldwin will clear, but not out. Visman comes forward, wins the ball, passes to Perry in the middle. She's immediately challenged, though, and ball tackled away from her. Here comes Baldwin. You can see Baldwin trying to connect the dots, trying to connect some passes out there, just not executing properly at times, but you know, it seems like they are trying to do some of the right things out there.
Yeah, I actually appreciate that. The Bethel match, I was a little surprised. Uh-oh, it's loose. Madsen, great save.
A big save by the goalie as that ball came past Perry. Here's Perry again in the middle, battling for the ball. Baldwin comes up with it, clears, and will find the ball coming out of the top of the box. Finds Stahl's feet. She turns Snyder, but Visman's there to slow her down. Here comes Baldwin down the corner. Stahl not up for running for that one.
Yeah, good stuff from Mel Visman. She, didn't end up winning the ball, but she really was disruptive and sort of prevented the counterattack from happening quickly.
Yeah, so we've had two big saves on each end, goal-preventing saves by each keeper here in the early going.
Both kind of similar saves, too, where the goalie anticipated well, came off their line, and cut off the angle significantly.
Kren on the far side intercepts a pass, plays to Perry, but Baldwin will come up with that. Stahl there. Kincaid wins that, and it comes to Snyder in the middle. It's long down this near side to Rocco. She's able to play it up into the air, trying to keep it in, and can't do it as the ball just had a little bit of side spin on it and skipped out of bounds.
Looks like the Baldwin back line is playing fairly high, but they're not that wide. There's some really good width to take advantage of for Worley and Rocco if they can get there.
Here's Madsen pressuring in the box. Ball played over the end line by Baldwin. Will be a corner kick coming up for Upper St. Clair.
Really good pressure from Jane Madsen there. I mean, she could have very easily sort of conceded that ball. Baldwin had two marking defenders there, and I don't think Jane was going to have a free line in the goal, but because of her pressure, she basically forced them to play the ball out of bounds. And Panthers have been getting, I feel like, a little bit better on their set pieces, the last couple of games, Rob. I think they've been a lot more dangerous than they were the first part of the year.
Part of that due to Snyder's service. She's been good. She plays this one just too short. I think she didn't get the contact that she wanted on that ball. But Mia's been great. She's among the team leaders in assists, most of them off of set piece.
She obviously had that howitzer goal on Wednesday night, which was just a beauty. But, facilitation in terms of her set pieces and her corners, very good.
Here's Nikki now. She can't keep a hold of it. It comes towards Perry. She just flicks it into the top of the box. Madsen's there, but Baldwin's able to clear, and they come out up that far side. I got to admit the Panthers seem a little sluggish here to start. Maybe not quite their best stuff.
Not all that unusual in these Saturday afternoon games for whatever reason.
I think some of these girls had to take the SATs today, so they may be a little mentally drained at this point.
Yeah, 3 of our guys weren't in conditioning this morning because of that, so it was obviously a lot of St. Clair students taking the SAT, which is not a whole lot of fun.
Baldwin on the far side, clears up past Worley. Kren is pressuring near midfield, forcing them backwards. Now they turn, able to find an outlet, but White is there to snatch that ball away. Plays down towards the end line. Madsen coming on. She's going to be offsides, though, is Jane. So a free kick coming out for the Highlanders.
You're right, though, Rob. Instead of just simply playing kickball, which is kind of what Bethel did on Wednesday, Baldwin is trying to possess the ball, even out of the back, and trying to put passes together. They're not having a ton of success, but honestly, I think from a soccer standpoint, it's a much better approach to take.
Oh, it's more enjoyable to watch, that's for sure.
Absolutely true.
Snyder, Stahl gets a hold of it, gets past Mia, but Katie's there. Here's Stahl again in towards the top of the area. Good recovery by Snyder, and they're going to be called, I think, Stahl for pushing on Mia.
Great stuff from Mia there. She did not give up. She had terrific pace there. She cut her off and forced a foul in a situation that looked to be semi-dangerous, about 5 seconds before that. So good stuff from the two center backs in tandem.
Jill Rocco plays it up over midfield.
Nice touch.
And here's Haley Perry with a little bit of room in front of her. Takes a couple dribbles, plays to Madsen, who turns. Plays a ball through for Gibbons, but wasn't able to find that gap. And here's Emily Rocco with it now. Back to Cassie White. To Visman. Deflected clearance comes back to White, and she'll play Kren on the far side. Cross coming in, that's deflected off of a Baldwin player, now rolling down towards the corner. Forced to play it. Marissa's there, knocks it out, be a Baldwin throw.
It didn't really result in anything, but one reason I'm a big fan of Cassie White's game is exactly the pass you saw there. When pressure was on, she didn't boot it. She didn't try to play a through ball that wasn't likely to succeed. She turned and played a simple square ball that switched the point of attack, gave Marissa a lot of room down the right side. Simple stuff like that is exactly what this soccer team needs to build up.
Another throw coming for the Highlanders. I'm having trouble with my papers here, Gavin.
Yeah, it's the sun is causing some issues for filming. It's never the best quality when you have this type of blinding sun coming right at our back.
Kren takes a throw, tries to play down the line for Worley, knocked out. Another throw coming for the Panthers with 27.5 minutes left in this first half. No score. Kren to the middle, Madsen's there. Goes off of her, and it'll be a goal kick.
Not a bad idea from the Panthers, though. I think, again, they're doing some of the right things in terms of playing outside in with the crosses, but other than the one really good opportunity, they haven't really gotten much out of their service yet.
Goal kick coming. Ball's played. Gibbons wins a header. Worley on that second ball. Crosses, that's picked off though by Baldwin. They'll play out the far side, and a foul called on Kren, so free kick coming up for Baldwin.
Yeah, not bad work from Lexi Worley up the right wing there. I think she was trying to cut the ball back against the grain, which is a dangerous ball to play, just not enough on it.
Yeah, this game right now, not poorly played, just playing at a pretty slow rate. Panthers need to find another gear or two in order to be able to move past Baldwin here. They're just sort of stuck in slow-mo here.
You're right, a little methodical so far.
Here's Baldwin settling that ball down. Pass is intercepted at midfield by Visman. Nice ball down into the channel for Rocco. She should be able to get to this, but the goalie out nicely before Emily can get to that ball. And Baldwin will punt this one away. Takes a big bounce right in towards Gibbons. She heads it up. Rocco taps it back to her. Nikki now playing back for Visman, who has to come back facing her own goal. Here's Snyder. Plays past the pressure of Stahl, and Visman will play up the line. Pass intercepted. Baldwin back on it. Again, Baldwin trying to solve problems with passing and movement, not just kicking the ball. And for the most part, they've been able to keep St. Clair at bay here so far.
Yeah, I think the Panthers got to be a little more patient. They're trying to play some through balls that are a little lengthy
ambitious.
and a little hopeful. Yeah.
Yeah. Crossed from Gibbons, knocked out, but Visman comes forward. Stahl now back. She wins a ball, but it goes right to Rocco. Wide for Gibbons. Crosses with that left foot. Nice ball to the back post. No one home there as Madsen and Worley were lurking, but they just couldn't get there.
Really nice ball from Nikki there. That's a little better. Emily Rocco made a really smart play there. Instead of trying to do something ambitious, as you just said, turning and firing from distance and a bad angle, she just laid the ball off. Simple little square ball to Nikki, who took it down to the end line, hit a nice cross. Nothing resulted, but I think that type of tactic's going to suit the Panthers a little better.
Goal kick, Highlanders. Ball past Gibbons. Here's Visman battling. Baldwin turns out and tries to play up the line, but just a little too far. So Visman will take the throw quickly right at midfield. Down the line towards Madsen. She'll get another chance 15 yards further up the field. She throws centrally for Perry, headed out by Baldwin. Another throw, Panthers.
Yeah, just keep throwing it along. They're not handling it well.
Rocco now knocks it back to Visman. To White. Got a little bit of room in the middle here. Needs to go forward there maybe rather than laterally, but she does find Kren on the far side. Crosses.
Great ball.
Here's Madsen. Oh, it just bounces right past Jane into the goalie's very thankful hands.
Yeah, Panthers got to do a little bit better job of anticipating some of these balls in and getting face cutting some of the Baldwin defenders. They're not really contesting some of these crosses very well. They got to get into some of the defenders' kitchen and start winning a couple of these.
Well, there's a little bit of ball watching going on, and you can notice when in that situation where Marissa had the ball wide, everyone's just watching and waiting for her to do something rather than creating runs that'll be an opportunity for her to serve into. So, yeah, like you said, a little more proactive, a little less reactive. Here's Stahl now, drop sort of deep into the midfield, at least for the moment. Snyder right up to Madsen, trying to get past that Baldwin defender. Can't do it. And here's Perry on the ball now. Nikki
Good
threw
ball.
into the channel for Worley. She's on sides. Ball running down to the end line. She will not get to it. And it'll be a goal kick for the Highlanders.
That was the right ball. I think, Lexi held up a run a little bit to stay off on sides, and when she did, she sort of hurt her momentum there, and ball went harmlessly out of play. But that's a much better stuff from the Panthers there. I do think that type of build-up is going to get them someplace.
Another winner, header won by Gibbons, handball called, so free kick coming for the Panthers, 35 yards from the end line. Looks like Maddie Hujak getting ready to check into the game for the Panthers.
I'll say this, Rob, the Baldwin goalie has a very strong goal kick. She's helping them not get pinned as much as we've seen in a couple of the games this season. Good place for Mia here, though. This is very dangerous.
Trying to find Nikki's head for sure. Good ball in. There's Gibbons, but just over her and over the end line too. Not bad there. That was close to connecting. It was the right idea. As again, Nikki was sort of wide open there. As it would have been a free header.
Again, I just think they're just a little slow in terms of reacting to when the balls are being played, not anticipating early enough when those balls are being played.
So they put Hujak in the middle, and it looks like Haley Perry's moved out to the right side. Emily Rocco's gone up top. Lexi Worley has come off for the moment, and Madsen on the left.
I think one of the issues with that might be they've had a lot of room up that left flank. Maybe they think they can take advantage of Jane's pace on that side and create that way, which is definitely possible.
There's that Snyder on Stahl matchup again we've been talking about. Mia has the ball now in the middle of the park.
That's
Goes
the ball.
wide to Madsen on this near side. She's going to be over and back offsides, though. That's the right call. She was in an offsides position before that ball was played, then ran back onside before the ball got to her.
It was a beautiful ball from Mia, too. It's the exact right ball, hard and low, very easy to trap. Good stuff switching fields.
So a free kick taken by the goalie. She's going to kick that out of bounds.
Just
Incoming into the bench.
Just after I complimented her.
Yeah. It was the kiss of death.
Yeah, shanks it out of bounds.
Madsen at midfield. Hujak in on a tackle. Stahl and Snyder battling.
Yeah, Mia's really doing a good job stepping in before she can even get going.
Here comes Emily Rocco pressuring down to the corner. She should have a chance to play this ball. Baldwin will knock it out, though, for a Panther throw. With 20 minutes remaining, first half, no score. Kren on the far side to Rocco. They're doing a little do-si-do out there. Kren crosses into the box, but that's cleared out with one volley touch by Baldwin. So a quarter of this game gone. I'm sure Baldwin's pretty happy to be where they are. Big cross into Kren. There's Gibbons just over her head. Madsen gets it, shoots. That's blocked, and Gibbons puts it up over the bar. Yeah, I would think having, two thumbs up from the Baldwin coach right now, saying, hey, we're doing all right here, girls.
Yeah, and really they've only given up one very good opportunity. I mean, St. Clair has had the bulk of the possession as you would expect, the bulk of the territory as you would expect, but it's not like they're creating a ton of dangerous opportunities here. They've got to be a little better in terms of taking advantage of some of the good service they've had. They're not even challenging some of these balls that the Baldwin backline are winning.
Here's Baldwin now, plays it back to try to go forward.
Good job from Madsen and Visman.
Visman wins centrally to White. And the Baldwin goalie will come up with that.
The unfortunate part was Haley Perry had just stepped out on a run towards the flag and right when the ball was played, so they just weren't on the same page.
Emily Rocco down in the corner for Madsen. And the ball's going to run out a little too long, so goal kick coming up.
How about this? Ryan is in Long Island playing Hofstra tonight. Sean, Pam, and Brooks are at the same hotel at a tournament going on. My friends from North Carolina staying at the same hotel Ryan is.
How did you find that out?
They just texted me. Can you believe that?
Did they bump into him?
They must have, yeah.
That is so crazy. You should tell him about that restaurant.
Okay, a little station break there, and we're back. Here's Baldwin now coming towards midfield. Stahl with it, tackled by Snyder, though, again. Mia doing a good job on Alina. Baldwin, again, be able to connect passes. Very impressed with their ability and just their desire to do that. They are trying to play that way.
You want to play the right way regardless, and I'm glad that they are attempting to do that. It makes for a much better game to watch. They'll be better off in the long run that way. She's definitely offside.
Ball from Gibbons down to Madsen. She was onside, says the ref.
I can assure you he was wrong.
Well, let's face it, they're rarely in the position to accurately make
correct.
that call because of the bizarro system they run.
Yeah, I'm a big believer that if it's close.
Here's Stahl getting past Snyder. Kincaid does a good job to just come over and delay, giving Snyder a chance to come back and shield the ball right into Rocco. Yeah, so you were talking about Katie being a safety valve before, and that's exactly what happened there. As Stahl was able to get past Snyder, there was Kincaid just to slow her down, just to delay, give another defender a chance to get back and cover, and that was well done there from Katie.
I texted Mr. Sean because he saw Junior Kane's team. He hasn't actually seen them yet, but they're at the same hotel.
Here's Gibbons turning near midfield off of that free kick. Pressuring, driving Baldwin back, but they'll get a hold of it. Play up towards the target. Kincaid comes forward to win a ball. Here's Baldwin on it again, though. Wide near side. And dribbled right out of bounds under the pressure. So with about 15 minutes left, St. Clair has a throw. We'll take it, and comes right to Baldwin. They just launch it in towards Stahl. She takes it down off her chest, and plays it off of Snyder for a Baldwin throw in front of the Panther bench.
I don't think the Panthers are doing as good of a job the last 5 minutes or so in terms of connecting the back four with the midfield. I think the holding mids have got to do a better job of coming back and making sure they're connected still.
They just are having a hard time, too, getting Stahl involved in this game and getting her the ball while she's facing goal. She's always facing with her back to goal, which is not the position she wants to be in.
No, absolutely not.
Looks like Katie Hall getting ready to check into the game for the Panthers. Rocco's punt bounces over her sister's head. And still up in the air. Gibbons wins a header down to the corner. It's going to run out of bounds, though. See if it's going to be a goal kick. It will be, just barely. So Maddie Hujak off and Katie Hall onto the right side. Haley Perry coming back into that midfield position. Goal kick taken. Here's Visman now heading forward for Madsen. Has Rocco down towards the end line, but ball just played too hard for her there. It's a good opportunity as they were 2v1 out there, but just couldn't connect on the pass.
Yeah, they're really not on the same page in the final third today. It's just a lot of misconnecting on runs that really aren't super complex runs. It's just miscommunications.
There's a ball coming to Gibbons. She tries to turn. Pressured immediately. Is able to face goal, though, and play down the line for Madsen. She'll be able to get to this one. Cuts it back to her right foot and pokes it into the box, but Baldwin easily clears that one. Good tackle from Gibbons. She'll turn and go the other way towards the corner of the area. Baldwin comes up with it, though, and played into Stahl's feet. Again, facing her own goal. She'll have to lay it off, and they'll play all the way back to the goalie. White wins a header. Second ball by Baldwin, but Perry comes forward. Plays to the center for Halls there. Might have a chance here. Turns, and Baldwin's able to clear out on that far side.
Good job from Cassie White to win that.
There's Kren. Yeah, nice defense from White. Here's Hall. Crosses. Deflected, or blocked rather. Back to Hall. She crosses back into the top of the box. Goes past everyone. Gibbons is there on her left foot. Barging her way into the area. Still on the ball. Shoots and scores into that back post.
Not the most beautiful goal, but give Nikki a ton of credit for stick-to-itiveness. She won 2 tackles very aggressively and then had really the presence of mind to play a beautiful little shot. Curled just inside the right bar, and 1-0 Panthers.
Yeah, she
Panther goal scored by Nikki Gibbons.
She just wouldn't be denied there. It was all physicality. And then a nice finish into that back post. The goalie really had no chance.
Sometimes, Rob, when the game sort of, it hasn't been pretty and they haven't been, great in terms of their skill, sometimes just really strong individual effort can get you places. And give Nikki a lot of credit because, not many players are going to be willing to pay the physical price to win that ball twice.
So with about 12 minutes remaining here, first half, Panthers go ahead and break the ice, get that first goal up 1-0 on the Highlanders.
Good ball from Mel Visman here.
Heavy touch from Madsen. Can she keep it in?
She does.
She does crosses, finds Rocca, who lays it back, but no one there for the Panthers. Madsen back on it with that right foot. Cleared out, corner of the area. Gibbons there trying to muscle her way in, but it's cleared up over midfield, and Jill Rocca will come out and handle this, pass it on the far side to Kren. She dribbles past one defender, stood up by another, but is able to keep it in, find Katie Hall. Back to Cassie White. First touch towards goal. Slides one into Rocco at the top of the D. She finds Madsen, or is going to try to get Madsen down to the end line, but the pass was just too hard.
Yeah, again, I mean, it's that last touch in the final third. It's just miscommunications, really. Trying to person running towards the flag, the other playing a ball, trying to get it through, and the Panthers, I think, will probably at some point start connecting on a few more of these, and this scoreline may open up.
So Worley on, Madsen off. Stall at midfield. Trying to play through, but Snyder had tracked back and will take care of that. Play it back to Rocco, who clears up over midfield. Katie Hall, far side. Knocks it out, trying to make a tackle there, and Baldwin throw right at midfield. They'll go down the line. It rolls out. Katie Kincaid grab that and toss it to Marissa Kren, who makes a throw over Cassie White's head. Ball comes to Perry now. White plays forward. Good through ball. Rocco is onside. She'll come in towards the top of the area on her left foot. Shoots with that left foot off the bar. Down and in. You're going to say that was a goal. So Emily Rocco gets the goal for the Panthers.
Pass that to her. Was that Cassie White?
I believe so, and it was a gorgeous ball played through.
It's Emily Rocco from Cassie White.
Boy, there were two controversial things about that, actually. The first controversial thing was Emily Rocco was very close.
Emily Rocco off an assist by Cassie White.
So Emily Rocco was, first of all, very close to being offsides. If you asked me to guess, I would have said she probably was. The second part about that was really close in terms of whether that went in under the bar. We don't have goal line technology here, so give Emily credit, though. It was a great strike. Really, she struck it hard. She struck it high, just under the crossbar into the left corner, and she deserves a lot of credit for that. So good stuff from the Panthers. Take advantage of a couple breaks, and they lead 2-0 here, 9 minutes to go in the first half.
It was definitely barred down. I don't know whether the goalie actually got a hand to it to put it onto the bar or not. But regardless, as it came down off the crossbar, the referee judged it to have crossed the line. And here we are at 2-0. Perry tries to find Worley in the box. And Baldwin will come out. Just they're very methodical. They don't have a high gear, but they will just continue. Their motor just keeps running at that one speed all the time, trying to connect dots and connect passes.
Smart play from Joe Rocco there. Instead of playing a 50-50 ball, placed to Mia with a lot of space here. This is a good ball. They call her offsides.
Is Worley.
They're doing that fairly consistently. The Baldwin back line, they're playing a really high line, and all four are pushing up. Whenever the Panthers have the ball, like the holding mids or the back four of the Panthers, they're pushing really high up, not allowing the Panthers to kind of play that long ball, which is why my suspicion on the last goal was it was offside.
Gibbons wins a header off of that free kick. And here are the Highlanders playing through. Kren is in good position to cover that. Goes back to Rocco. She's got, thankfully, plenty of time to handle that one.
Yeah, Marissa hit that a little hard.
And the Panthers will come back to midfield. And she's going to be offsides as Emily Rocco there. Good yard or two off.
Yeah, it was actually a good build-up. What I think the Panthers need to do there is, instead of keep trying to play that long ball that's, because their line is so high, play another ball back towards the middle. There's plenty of space there, and be a little more gradual on the build-up. Dave's telling I think his wing players right now that they've got to be very cognizant of how high that line is.
Subs coming in for Baldwin. 7 minutes remaining.
Gentlemen, today is Youth Day at Panther Stadium. Will all youth soccer players in attendance please report now to the fence by the concession stand?
Here we go.
Again, all youth soccer players, please report to the fence by the concession stand.
Some halftime festivities on tap for the youth of Upper St. Clair, Gavin.
Love Youth Day.
Nikki Gibbons pointing to Katie Hall. Get forward, as she plays a ball down the line.
Nice
Emily
toe
Rocco
touch,
makes
Emily.
a touch, has Katie Hall out high. Rocco in on that left foot. Plays to
Beautiful.
Hall. Takes a touch. Shoots with the right foot. Big
Great save.
Keeper. Rocco's there. Volley's
Oh,
up
no.
over the bar.
Well,
So-
there was a lot to like there, though. Nikki did a beautiful job of holding the ball up and waiting for her run to come. When it came, she played a nice ball. Emily Rocco had a great recognition there. Instead of continuing on, she went to the corner flag and got that ball. And then a good overlapping run from both Hall and Lexi Worley was coming in on the far post. So there was two people she could have laid the ball off to. It was a beautiful little square ball and just a really nice save from Baldwin's goalie. Because Hall hit that pretty hard. I mean, that was not a bad strike at all.
No, it was good, and it wasn't poorly placed. It's just the goalie did a nice job there. There's White down to the ball in the channel trying to find Worley to the end line, but she can't catch up to that.
Yeah, I think she's a little gassed. She just made about 3 hard runs in a row.
Bogan on now for the Panthers. Perry off. Nice to see the Panthers get another one before halftime and stretch this score out a little bit and maybe get some other bodies into the game. It's going over the goalie's head and in. Nikki just scored on a header from 40 yards away. Call it 45 yards away as the goalie came out and it bounced right over her head.
Goal from Nikki Gibbons.
You got to feel bad for Baldwin's keeper. That can happen to anybody, and especially when the ball bounces on this turf.
Clear goal, her second of the afternoon, scored by Nikki Gibbons.
So
Yeah,
Nikki's
their goalie actually has played really well.
She has. She's made 2 or 3 excellent saves. Nikki's been so great in winning the head balls, and that's not unusual for her. But one thing is, when you win a head ball like that coming forward, it has huge overspin on it. And so when you come up like that, the ball's going to really rip forward on the hop, and that's what you saw there. And again, I feel bad for the Baldwin keeper. She is certainly not to blame for the scoreline right now, even though that was a bad mistake on her part.
Yeah, and give credit to Nikki. We've talked about Nikki, just her physical stature, her strength. To head a ball that hard, I mean, that ball went a good 25 yards in the air before it bounced. You got to have some physical wherewithal to be able to put that kind of a thumping on a ball. It's across from Hall as it deflected right down to the end line. Baldwin tries to come out on the far side. Finds Bogan top of the box.
Very nice.
Back to White. She turns to the top of the D. Now we'll just lay it back to Visman. Launches one from way out. And the
Good idea.
Baldwin goalie will come out and grab that one.
Yeah, you had 2 runners coming in. That's not a bad idea at all.
4.5 minutes left. 3-0 Panthers now. Yeah, I've not quite seen a goal like that before.
No, that's a first for me. She's on this time.
Here's Katie Hall, far side, cuts inside on the dribble. Tries to find Rocco into the box, but a little too far. Ball gets past her, and the goalie will come up with it.
Boy, it wasn't a bad ball she played, but she had Nikki on a square ball with nobody around her. If just a simple square ball there might have been real dangerous for the Panthers.
Visman wins that goalie punt out of the air. Here's Gibbons now to Rocco, back to Gibbons, top of the D. Heavy touch, though, and right into the goalie's waiting hands.
Good idea. Good give and go there from between Nikki and Emily, but just a little bit of a heavy touch on the second touch from Nikki.
Overlapping Kren gets a ball from Katie Hall, plays to Gibbons. She's not able to win it. Comes back to Kren. Right in the box, shoots. Nice save by the keeper.
Gosh.
As Kren was, borderline fouled there, but she did a nice job to just poke that past the keeper. Man, she got down quickly to her right and was able to smother that ball.
And that's what I'm talking about. Baldwin's goalie's made 4 or 5 just excellent saves.
Yeah,
I mean,
this could
that
be
was point blank.
It could be 6-0 right now, easily without her. And that'll be a foul on Kren. .240 left in the first half. 3-0 Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers can't give up sort of a cheap one on
It's
a
like
set piece
Baldwin's
at this
going
point.
to change their goalies, which unless there's some sort of medical issue here, I'm not sure why they're doing that. She's done really well in there.
Yeah, they may be trying. They may be trying to calm her down a little bit because
I
she's.
see her with an inhaler. She might have an asthma issue or something. Who knows? She's done really well.
Gotcha.
She should not be holding her head, hanging her head. Nikki Gibbons out for the Panthers. So a free kick, 40 yards out, driven in. But Rocco will handle that off a one bounce. And she'll look to punt this ball as the clock winds down to 2 minutes. She drops it, kicks it off the floor, over Hujak's head. Ball over top from Kincaid. Here's Hall on the far side trying to chase it down. Takes it off her head down towards the end line. Cuts it back. It's kept in by Baldwin nicely there. Hall still battling, lays it back to Kren. And she crosses one time well wide of the goal, though. So a goal kick coming up for the Highlanders.
I'll say this about Katie Hall. She plays hard. Katie Hall doesn't give up on balls. She contests constantly, and as a result, she creates a lot of situations just through work rate that are very positive for the Panthers. She's very difficult to deal with down that right side, especially when she comes in as a sub. They're already a little worn down. Oh boy.
Rocco, top of the box, intercepts that poor kick shot. Goalie is able to parry it away, but Worley's going to get on it here. Knocked out over the end line. Corner kick coming for the Panthers.
That all started from just a ghastly goal kick, just a miss.
And with the goalie out, they had one of the back four taking it. So
they're probably not used to that because, again, the starting goalie has a very strong goal kick, and as a result, that almost cost him another goal.
So Mia Snyder with under a minute remaining. She'll take this into the near post. Worley hit it, but right back out to Snyder. She'll have another chance to serve. She does, into the near post, and the goalie's there to grab it off a one hop. Goalie punt is not a strong one. Hujak will come up with it. She's challenged immediately, but stays on the ball. Plays to Kren on the far side. 25 seconds left. Kren will carry it down in towards the corner. Now to the end line, knocked out. Corner kick coming. Can they have time? They have 15 seconds. Someone will have to. Looks like Marissa will take this. 10 seconds now. Here comes the service. Katie Hall with the header. Bogan with a header. And that's wide, and that'll do it for the first half. Panthers lead 3-0. Welcome back for second half action. Baldwin versus Upper St. Clair. Girls soccer here, and the Panthers are up 3-0 heading into the second half. 2 goals from Gibbons and a goal from Rocco in that first half. Baldwin with maybe one opportunity that threatened. Other than that, not much doing. Here's the ball into the box. Worley will get to this. Goalie stays on the line, crosses. Goalie now comes out and grabs that one.
Yeah, Rob, I don't think the scoreline is particularly surprising. Obviously, the goals weren't your prototypical goals, but I think the Panthers have been the superior side, and they still have a lot to work on here in the final third, so hopefully they can get off to a good start this half and put this one out.
There's Stahl trying to turn. She's had a hard time doing that today. Has not had much opportunity to play facing her own goal. Baldwin trying to connect passes, but Perry picks it off, plays down to the corner. It's going to be too far, too much for Worley to get there. And a goal kick coming up for the Highlanders.
Yeah, good idea. The timing was decent. Unfortunately, not well weighted.
Big college game tonight, Gavin. Wolverines and Sparty.
Yeah, it's always a big one. I think Michigan has a significantly superior squad this year, but they've had offensive issues, so we'll see.
Here's Rocco now, cuts in, now back to her left foot, shoots, and just wide of the near post as White found her out on that left side. And she did a little this and that, cutting one way, cutting back the other, and was able to find room to get a good shot off there.
I think of anybody I've seen this year, she's really progressed. She's really impacting the game in a much more substantial fashion than she was earlier in the year. She's starting to get more confident. I think you expect that as a ninth grader.
Yeah, it's the team overall has developed, I think, pretty nicely. Coach Gray's got to be happy. Situations where they were very uncompetitive early in the year, they've been very competitive here in the last couple weeks and seem to just be getting stronger. So that's a good sign heading into, like I said, what is the last week of the section schedule, and before you know it, the playoffs will be here.
Yeah, I think the only thing, I think that just the final step is really the quality in the final third. And they're going to need to have it on Tuesday or on Monday because Peters is a different type of challenge.
Free kick from Snyder here. The run up, shot taken. That's going to go high, well over the bar. So no threat for the Baldwin keeper that time around.
No, it wasn't that much different in terms of obviously the other side of the field, but where she scored against Bethel Park on Wednesday, just a bit of a miss hit from Mia.
Beautiful day, 75 degrees, slight breeze. Here's Madsen winning a ball, top of the box. Defender out though to take that away.
Century Sports Panther Pass has been turned in to the concession stand. If you lost your Panther Pass, you'll find it there.
Here's White now 30 yards out. She's tripped and a free kick coming, so Snyder again will come over to handle the duties here from, let's call it 24 yards out.
The one big difference you've seen since the goalie substitution is the goal kicks. They can't get out of their own end as easily now. It's really hurting them territorially.
Snyder standing over this one. Rocco here too, getting some instruction from Coach Gray. See what they're going to try to do as the wall is pushed back a little bit. Snyder on the run up. Deflected and right into the goalie as the ball went right into the wall, got deflected through the wall. The goalie was able to pick it up the back post. I think there's a little confusion there on what Coach Gray wanted them to be doing. Kincaid wins the ball to Cassie White. She carries it forward. Looks through for Madsen, top of the box, goalie's out. Jane pokes the ball and it ends up right underneath the goalie. That was very close there. Punted out to midfield. Stahl handles it as the ball came up off of her foot into her hand, and that'll be a free kick for the Panthers.
No question in my mind the Baldwin goalies have kept this from being very one-sided.
And let's give the Panthers some credit in the back here. Here comes Baldwin storming out of their own end. Past Visman on the far side. Mel does a good job to recover, though, and will earn a throw-in for the Panthers. I was about to say the back line for the Panthers, and Joe Rocco, working on their third consecutive shutout here.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't come at a better time. There was some of the losses early in the season were a two-pronged issue. It was not finishing opportunities when they were possessing the ball. But the second part of it was just giving up really sloppy goals, whether it be off set pieces or, long balls and things like that. Shoring that up is going to make them a much more dangerous team, come playoff time as well.
Here's Stahl into the top of the area, shoots. Rocco way out, though, and she's able to handle that, just block that again. No room there for Stahl to shoot at all. Rocco was right on top of her.
Yeah, Jill's really been aggressive in terms of coming off her line today, and she's making really good decisions, and she's doing a great job.
So a corner kick coming for Baldwin. I think they're first of the day. Kick's taken right into Rocco. She punches it out. Ball's there on the goal line and knocked in by Baldwin. Number 25, I believe. So there goes the clean sheet. I spoke too soon.
Yeah, we should never get excited.
We whammied them. I believe that was number 25. Let me see. Katie. Got to get a pronunciation on this one. Okay, Mr. State.
number 25, Katie Diley or Diley? Katie.
So back to 3-1, as we definitely put the whammy on St. Clair, Gavin.
Yeah, you gotta stop. Gotta stop doing that. It's definitely my fault.
Talking about set pieces.
Gotta stop doing that.
So maybe that'll breathe a little life into the Highlanders. A ball forward. We get 3-on-2 here. Nice ball put past Visman, but she's going to be able to track it down on the run. Oh, yeah, a little shot of confidence for the Highlanders.
No,
here.
absolutely. You finally see the ball go in the net. You finally see a little bit of possession, and things perk up. The bench starts getting excited.
And that'll be a foul on Madsen. Or I'm sorry, on the Highlanders. And taken
good
quickly
idea
by Nikki. Perry giving chase down into the top of the box, knocked out for a Panther throw on the far side.
Yeah, smart play by Nikki. She saw the read there and played quickly. Ooh, nice ball.
Crossed by Perry. Nice effort there. 2 runners coming into the back post, but just weren't there in time.
No, and that's kind of what we've talked about. You know, just a little late on the run, a little less ball watching, a little more anticipation. You're going to have a couple more tap-in goals, and that I just believe that is the one missing piece left.
Nice header won by Perry. Here comes Rocco chasing it down on the far side of the area. She'll get there, crosses with the right foot, blocked, but it comes right back to her. Finds Perry at the corner of the area. She goes down to the end line for Rocco, but the pass just too hard. So a goal kick coming up for Baldwin.
Yeah, it would have been a really nice opportunity for a give and go there. Just a little bit heavy on the touch from Haley Perry.
Goal kick won. The header won there by Gibbons. And ball is punted out over midfield. Kren cuts past one defender, plays inside to White. She finds the feet of Haley Perry, who looks through into the channel for Worley. Goalie well off her line as Worley was offsides anyway. So,
yeah, ball needed to be played right away. Again, because Baldwin plays a really high line like that, if you're going to play that ball, it's got to be quick. Otherwise, there's just no chance to complete it, and it's going to be an offside. So just a little late there.
So a free kick coming out of their own penalty area for the Highlanders. And it's sort of hit short, and Worley steps on top of that. She's taken down, though, on the near side, and it'll be a throw-in for the Panthers.
Yeah, again, like you're seeing, those goal kicks are really hurting the Highlanders right now.
Kren cuts past one. Gets past two. Crosses with that right foot, top of the area. Gibbons there, right inside the D. Turns to her right foot. Shoots. She was well off balance, though. She was being tripped and couldn't get that shot away cleanly. Here comes Rocco in. Goalie's out. Bounces away from her. There's Madsen. Oh, and there's just a rush in front of the net. Ball knocked over the end line by Baldwin. Some desperate defending there from the Highlanders saves that from being a goal.
Somehow the ball got kept out. I have no idea how. Marissa Kren did a really good job beating a couple Highlander players, getting that ball played into the box, and boy, that was really close. Madsen almost got one.
Corner kick. Kren takes it. Near post. Over the end line again off of a Baldwin player.
That was a good one from Marissa, but we've got to be a little quicker in getting that near post run. They're cutting us off. We're not able to, flick it into the middle with a head or a foot.
Kren plays the ball now back post. Gibbons over her head. Comes to Perry, shoots with the left foot. Up over the goal. And a goal kick coming.
Good idea. Good idea from Haley Perry. That's the ball to play. She hit a good bending ball with her left foot just over the bar.
So we're at the 29-minute remaining mark here in the second half. 3-1. The lone goal this half was a Highlander goal off a corner kick. I'm sure the Highlanders in this situation would probably rather just had advantage be played there. They play it up over midfield. Header flicked in towards Stahl, but she can't get a hold of it. Now she does. Ball played down in towards the corner of the area, giving chase. Stahl and Snyder there. Stahl will try to hold Mia off. Can't do it over the end line. Going to be a goal kick for the Panthers. Good job from Mia to apply pressure in a timely fashion.
She's not fast. She can't help him that much.
Here's Gibbons inside the center circle, just knocks it back to Mia Snyder. Wide for Visman, far side. Up the line, looking for Rocco. Can she keep this in? She can't. It's just too far for her.
Good idea. Unfortunately, Mel played it with the right foot. It was bending towards the sideline as opposed to away from it.
Snyder on the far side knocks it all the way back to Rocco. She'll have plenty of time to play this with her feet well out of her penalty area. Brought down by Gibbons, but tackled away from her. Now Perry plays it down for Rocco. 30 yards out, carrying it back on the diagonal, finds White. She distributes quickly to the near side. Here's Kren on the dribble down that right flank. 2 to beat, gets to the end line, serves it, right into that near post. Madsen gets ahead to it, knocks it back into the middle. Here's Perry, shoots, shot blocked though, and here come the Highlanders to knock it out. Nice play from Jane Madsen though, as the goalie came out to grab that ball. There's a ball floated back in by Kincaid, big bounce over everyone on the bounce, and the goalie's there to grab it.
Yeah, Jane did a good job keeping that ball alive. The Baldwin keeper was just waiting for it to come to her, didn't jump for it, and Jane won it with her head.
Here comes Stahl near side on Kincaid. Big touch down towards the corner of the area. Snyder giving back, trying to get in front to delay. Stahl cuts it back, and no one there for Baldwin. Stahl just seemed to run out of ideas there and just sort of played it back.
Didn't have a whole lot of help.
Visman far side, she's tackled, knocked out is the ball, so a throw coming for the Panthers. Ball driven in by Snyder towards Madsen. Now Baldwin will come up with it. They win a ball. As the girl bent down to pick up her headband, she was able to win the ball anyway. Kren back to White. Here's White. In towards Gibbons. Tries to turn, fouled, and a free kick coming for the Panthers. Should be about 31 yards from goal, right in the middle. So this is very nice range for Mia. She takes it early, right in on the goalie.
And she ripped that too before the wall could get set up. Good idea.
Yeah, that was a good heads-up play from Mia. Pretty much did everything right there, just goalie happened to be there and made a comfortable save. Here comes Baldwin. Through for Stahl, now down to the corner. Can this ball's going to check up? Can they get there in time? They can't. It'll be a goal kick for the Panthers.
Yeah, again, good bracketed marketing from the Panthers. Katie Kincaid doing a really nice job, and almost see a goal kick here. We got 24 and a half to go here in the second half. Panthers with a 3-1 lead.
Rocco with the run up and the kick. Goal scorer for Baldwin is able to win that. That's Katie Diley. Plays the far side. Visman there, though, to shield that ball, and she's going to get called for a push. And it's a free kick coming for the Highlanders. Not a real dangerous spot way out there, but I imagine they'll try to float one into the box here. Ball put in, 6-yard box, but Rocco was off her line quickly and grabbed that well before anyone else could get there. Punt taken. There's contact near midfield. I'm not sure which way this is going to go.
I assume it's going to go against Baldwin. They didn't really let her land.
And it will. That's correct, Gavin. No, they're going to call it in the Highlanders' favor. So free kick coming. They take it quickly. They get past White. Shoot from distance. Rocco there, though, is able to just knock that down off the one hop. Ball over top. Madsen trying to run on it, but it's backspin. Now she does get it in front of her, in towards the top of the area. Now Baldwin turns it outside, but Jane's still fighting. And
Yeah,
she
got
draws a foul.
multiple times. Really good effort from Jane. The ball bounced in a sort of a strange way on the first bounce, and Jane really stuck with it. Did a good job winning a set piece here for the Panthers in a fairly dangerous location here. It's a nice angle for Marissa.
Kren over this one. Serves it.
Oh, this is good.
6-yard box. There's
great.
Gibbons as she pounces on it and bangs that into a back of the net off the free kick from Kren.
And the hat trick from Nikki Gibbons on just a gorgeous ball from Marissa Kren.
Yeah, and she's just a handful on these set pieces.
Nikki Gibbons, off an assist by Marissa Kren.
You know, when Nikki gets in ahead of steam coming in towards goal there, there just aren't that many girls that can stay with her, stay goal side of her, and prevent that kind of a play.
And the thing about it is, Rob, Nikki's big and athletic, obviously, but her effort is really what sets her apart. If you're big and athletic and you don't really use it, it doesn't help you. She's just very active.
And a couple subs in the game for the Panthers. Katie Hall in, and number 10, Ava Burlingame are into the game. Burlingame up top for the Panthers. Here's Gibbons on the ball again. On her hat trick, looking for number 4 here. That's maybe Nikki's, I'm just guessing here, maybe her 11th or 12th goal this season.
Yeah, she's had a bunch in the last couple of weeks. She's really starting to come on, and they're starting to figure out how to use her correctly in that attacking mid spot.
Here comes Katie Hall, shoots from distance, ball deflected off a defender and sort of wrong-footed the goalie, but she was able to stay down, stay with it, and make the save.
She was looking at a cross there, and it actually deflected towards the goalie. She had a streaking player towards net there, but couldn't quite get it through.
Cassie White off the dribble.
Great
Plays
ball.
a good ball through, down towards the end line, in the box. Rocco turns her shoulders, crosses, just past Perry's head. A little deflection on that cross, and Haley Perry was right there, but just could not put the finishing touch on it. So Hall has a throw in on the near side. Headed back to Kren. Cuts it back past one defender. Trying to get down to the end line. Can't do it, and it's cleared out towards Stahl. She turns. Coming in on Snyder now is Stahl. Big touch from Stahl, though. Snyder's able to get to it and knock it out over the near touch line for a Panther throw with just about 20 minutes remaining. 3/4 of the way through this game. Panthers up 4-1.
What do they say, Rob? When you have your back line, you gotta have closing speed. Mia has it, and it was a big advantage there because Stahl has pace, obviously, and ended up being nothing.
Stahl turns here. It's down in the corner, though, defended by Kren and Kincaid, and it goes out, be a Baldwin throw. No, they're going to give that to St. Clair. Stahl doesn't like the call.
Yeah, she shouldn't. It's not a good call.
Burlingame falls down. I didn't see a foul there either. Just because someone falls down doesn't mean there's a foul.
I would agree with you again.
Snyder launches one down into the channel. This will hold up nicely for Hall. Into the area now. Has 2 runners. Crosses, but just a tad too late, and it's knocked out over the end line. Be a corner kick coming for the Panthers.
Terrific ball from Mia. She's gotten so much better over the years in terms of just not going straight power. Yeah, and that ball had beautiful weight to it. It spun, it held up, and Hall did a good job winning a corner there. So here comes Marissa Kren again. Service has been very dangerous tonight.
Kren near post, goalie out, loses track of it though. And yeah, Baldwin was lucky there. That didn't end up in the back of their net. Ended up getting knocked off of a St. Clair player over the end line for a goal kick.
Yeah, if you're a goalie there and you commit to that, you got to get to it, because if you don't, it's going to end up back in your net.
Oh my, there's that goal kick you're talking about. Burlingame plays to Perry. She's onside, shoots
what a
off the
strike.
bar and down. Here's Burlingame now in the middle. Gibbons giving chase on the outside the area and just knocked out for a Panther throw. Yeah, so Haley Perry that close to a goal.
That was almost the same thing as Emily Rocco's goal in the first half.
Perry turns, crosses, goalie's there. Diving effort from Nikki Gibbons. And she wasn't able to get to it before it got knocked out over the end line. So here's another corner I would watch for Nikki here. Nikki's really on the prowl to get that fourth goal.
That was a beautiful bending ball, bending away from the keeper by Haley, but what an effort from Nikki to get her head on that.
Ball mid-goal, Gibbons. Oh, she was right there. I don't know, quite sure how she didn't get a head on that. Defender knocked down, chipped in over the goalie's hand. She knocks it off of the football crossbar, so that's going to be a corner kick. Nikki getting involved as there was a player down. That was Katie Hall. And someone was giving Katie the business, and Nikki didn't like it. So Nikki
That's going to be a popular move from her among her teammates. Nikki coming to the defense of her teammate.
I think did Nikki get a card there? I think she did.
I'm sure
Yeah.
she got a yellow, and she deserved one. But
Yeah.
honestly, that's one of those moves that you may get a yellow, but in this game, that's going to be you're going to win more points with your teammates coming to defend your.
Yeah, I didn't really see what was going on with Katie Hall there that caused Nikki to be upset, but Baldwin coach isn't too happy.
Well, he's right. They missed a blatant push in the back that kept that play going, and he's saying if you'd have called that foul, none of that play would happen, and he's probably right. That being said, they were holding Katie Hall down in some capacity, and Nikki came to the aid of her teammate, and I will never criticize that at all.
Corner kick coming, but not until the refs sort some things out. No, you're right. There was a foul there committed by St. Clair right about the top of the 6-yard box. Girl went flying. St. Clair turned, put the ball back in front of goal, and then everything else ensued off of that. Three subs coming into the game for Baldwin.
The other smart thing Nikki did was not do anything crazy like throw a punch, because you can't afford to have a red card, and a suspension.
Well, the next game is Peters too.
That's the other smart part. Come to her defense.
I think right now Dave would be wise to leave her on the bench, because if she gets another yellow. Here's a ball from Kren into the middle. Goalie's out to parry it away. Hujak gets a weak attempt off. Still in the area. Burlingame chasing down to the end line, knocks it out. Going to be a goal kick.
This is one of those games, Rob, where I have no idea how they don't have 7-8 goals. I mean,
Right.
It's just the ball's bouncing to feet, and there's all kinds of bodies, but they've had a million chances. Save them for Monday, I guess.
I'd be surprised to see Gibbons in this game again, just because she's on a yellow, and you just can't risk not having her on Tuesday or Monday night.
There's no reason to put her back in. This game's not in jeopardy.
Kren down to Perry off the throw. Ball comes back to the middle. Baldwin comes forward over midfield for the first time in several minutes at least. They've been under siege. Burlingame on the far side takes a touch, heading into the corner of the area. Now passes centrally to Hujak. She's immediately stepped into, and Baldwin will come forward off of Kren. Will be a throw near midfield for the Highlanders. Throw taken, knocked out by White. Under 16 minutes now, 4-1 Panthers. Here's Stahl. She plays central, but no one there for the Highlanders. And they'll come back now and win a ball. Try to go forward over midfield, can't do it. Kren was there. Quick throw to White. Ball off of her foot though. Here come the Highlanders. Trying to look through for Stahl, but just didn't happen to pass. Much too weak.
Good ball.
Ball wide to Rocco from Snyder. Cuts inside towards the D. Burlingame lays it off to Hujak. Big shot, blocked. And here come the Highlanders forward. But Snyder picks up a bouncing ball at midfield and goes down deep into that channel again. Rocco will have time to corral this one. But her cross just didn't work out. Went off of the football upright, and a goal kick coming for the Highlanders.
You know, regardless that they haven't created scoring opportunities out of it, you shouldn't overlook Mia Snyder's distribution out of the back. It's been really good. You know, when you're playing a line as high as Baldwin's playing, you do have those long balls down the flank, and they've played them well today.
Cassie White wins a header, gets a second ball back, tries to look for Katie Hall, but pass was intercepted. Kincaid forward. Cassie White now wide near side, right in the corner of the area for Hall. She tries to cross, but her cross was wide of the near post. And Madsen checking back into the game. Looks like Emily Rocco coming off. There's Stahl looking through on the far side. Foot race as Rocco comes out to clear it back to midfield.
Good ball with her left foot, no less.
Cassie White now flicks a header over. Hujak there as well as Burlingame, but Baldwin will come up with it to midfield. Here's Stahl now running with Kincaid. Schneider will get there first though, and this ball's going to run over the end line. It's going to be a corner kick.
Perfectly fine though. Smart from Mia. You know, if it's close, you know, use your damage and get it out of trouble.
So about 13 minutes remaining in this contest. 4-1 Panthers, and Baldwin with what I believe is their second corner kick of the day.
They have definitely not had many, and they've really not had the ball in the Panther end hardly at all.
Service, back post, 4 yards out, just could not get it. More white shirts than purple shirts around that one. It bounces out harmlessly for a St. Clair goal kick.
Pretty dangerous spot for the ball. They just didn't have anybody coming and making that far post run.
Rocco with the goal kick. Madsen heads past. Nice
Very
ball
nice.
from Burlingame just to put it into Madsen's path. She should have a chance here in towards the top of the area in the left foot. She cut her angle down with that heavy touch. Cuts it back, and the goalie's able to get there and keep it away from Burlingame.
Yeah, just a little heavy on the touch from Jane. She needed to, and then, you know, once she kind of did hurt her angle there, she needed to just touch it back, cut it back a little more.
So Coach Gray doesn't share my opinion on Nikki's re-entry into this game as she's coming back in with 12 minutes remaining.
Yeah, I'm not sure I see the point there.
She's on the line. Bogan also looking to check in. Far side, here's Madsen. Cuts in on the angle, diagonal, crosses. There's Hall, back post, shoots! Just flicks it over everyone though. And out on the far side, harmlessly be a Baldwin goal kick.
Yeah, the finishing for the Panthers today has not exactly been clinical. They've had a lot of pretty good opportunities where they've just sort of mishit balls that have been bouncing or just, you know, not for the first half. It was interesting. They were pretty good on the crosses and stuff, but the Baldwin keepers made some good saves. This half, they're just not making her make any saves.
Hujak and Perry off. Bogan and Gibbons in for the Panthers. Down the line, the throw comes from Kren to Hall. Dribble to the corner, keeps it in, cuts past one, crosses with that right foot. Cleared out high, right back to Hall. She heads it back into the area. Baldwin will come up with it, though. Dribble out of the area, pass forward for Stahl. Outside of the foot pass up to midfield. It's going to run out of bounds before the attacker from Baldwin can get there. And Kren will take this throw back towards Kincaid. Schneider far side. Visman cuts in now. Baldwin intercepts her pass and tries to play long up towards midfield. They'll lay it back, come forward off the dribble. And the pass is not a good one. Right back into Rocco all the way into the corner of her area as the clock ticks past 10 minutes remaining in this game. And at midfield, we've got Jen McKenzie ready to check in for the Panthers. Here's Jane. Far side, Gibbons, Burlingame, Hall coming into the box. Ball cleared out towards the top of the area. Burlingame's on it, turns with that right foot, shoots!
Nice strike.
And the goalie was there to make a nice save, falling to her right.
Struck that pretty well. Goalie did a really nice job. She was moving the other direction and kind of stopped and went across her body, made a good save.
Snyder just couldn't get the right touch on that with her head, and she's going to get called for pushing, so a free kick coming from the Highlanders as we'll see who's going to take this. Maybe Stahl?
Although it would make sense, you're not likely to be able to go direct here, so...
Here comes Stahl. She does go on goal. Nice touch by Rocco and headed back in. Hey, give that girl credit. First of all, Jill made a great save. She touched that free kick onto the crossbar. But number 20 for the Highlanders came right in and headed that into the net. At least I think it was number 20. Was it number 20?
I have no idea.
Or was that number 30? It's a girl in the middle of the field, right? Number 30, okay. Mandy Bellis.
The St. Clair staff is arguing that she parried it off the football crossbar, which is actually what I thought.
That hit the soccer crossbar. Yes, that hit the soccer crossbar. It's no doubt in my mind. Goal by Mandy Bellis. Mandy Bellis. Bellis, B-E-L-L-A-S. Well, yeah, wait to call it. No, it hit the soccer crossbar. It did not hit the football crossbar.
Highlander goal scored by Mandy Bellis.
So, 4-2 now with 8 minutes remaining, 8:40 call it. And, this game in no way, shape, or form has the feel of they're going to give Coach Gray a card. I don't know what that means. Does he have to go sit in the corner for 5 minutes or?
No idea.
I think what he's arguing is that Jill touched that ball onto the football crossbar.
Oh, that's absolutely what they're arguing.
But it pretty clearly, from what I could see, went off of the soccer crossbar. It went off of so it was a legit goal. A good free kick from Stahl, and give that girl credit. Everyone else was ball watching.
Oh no!
She was moving towards goal rather than standing there watching the goalie make a save, and she was rewarded for her movement there. So 4-2, the score. Sort of a very odd game. You think of some of the goals we had. The goal from the header bouncing goal, the 45-yard header goal that went in. That goal there, just sort of some odd opportunities both ways. Here's Visman at midfield. Baldwin takes a throw. They got a little spring in their step, and why not, right? I think Jane just chipped right over the ball, and they called a foul. These guys are having a rough second half here.
Yes.
Here's Burlingame. The
Good ball.
backspin. Yeah, wide out in the flank to Madsen. Did a good job on her touch to get the ball, trying to get her shoulders turned in towards goal, but defender was able to come out and take care of that with 7 minutes left. 4-2 Panthers.
I'd like to see the Panthers score on one of these. I feel like they've had a lot of opportunities where the ball's been just dangerous in dangerous spots in the Baldwin box, and they have not converted.
You know, watch guess who here.
Yeah.
Ball out. Oh, and that was Carson Bogan who came in and tried to half volley that one, but it went well wide of that back post.
She had a pretty clean look, actually. Unfortunately, she hit it with the inside of her right foot, and difficult from that angle.
Really, with Nikki on these set pieces, it's pretty much a question of, can you get the service to her?
Yeah,
if
near
you
her.
get the service to her, there's a pretty darn good chance it's gonna end up in the back of the net. Here's a goal kick.
Good step from Bogan.
Here's Hall, Burlingame, Gibbons running to net. Here's Hall again, shoots from distance.
Great strike.
And the goalie's able to grab that one and punt it out towards midfield. Header one there, that's Jen McKenzie. And comes back past her. Bogan now on it, turns, tries to play forward, but it's picked off by Baldwin. Little give and go over midfield, but Kincaid's there to clean that up. As the goal scorer, Bellis heads it out to Gibbons. She's on the dribble now, cuts inside, trying to find Hall on a run.
Oh, it's a good ball, too. Just not quite there.
5.5 minutes left. Marissa Kren pressuring. She gets on the ball, has Hall out wide, lays it to her at the corner of the area, crosses that right foot behind everyone, though. And Baldwin will come out as Stahl back to the top of her own D. Plays it out wide on that far side. Mel does a nice job to get past one, heading down the sideline to the corner there. Knocked out, be a throw coming as Rocco and Perry are going to check back into the game for the Panthers. Ava Burlingame and Carson Bogan off. 4:45 remaining. 4-2 Panthers. Throw taken. Comes to Stahl. She heads but not completely out. McKenzie collects it. Plays wide for Madsen. That pass is intercepted. It comes back to McKenzie. She's got a ton of room in the middle of the field here.
That's the right ball.
Comes near side to Kren, right in front of the Panthers bench. She runs at her defender. Cuts back to her left. One move too many, though, and Baldwin comes up with it. They play centrally for Stahl. She plays it back to go forward, but that pass is intercepted. McKenzie on the ball again, wide to Madsen. She'll get there. Down to the end line, another heavy touch. Can she get to it? She does. Cross with the left foot and cleared out by Baldwin.
Yeah, that touch is letting Jane down a little bit. She's so fast, obviously. I think she wants to play the ball in front of her and run onto it, which is the right thing to do. She's just a little heavy with it.
Yeah, just not enough real estate down in that area of the field to do
correct.
that. So a throw coming for the Highlanders deep in their own end. Gibbons wins that, crosses to the middle. Goalie out, though, to grab it easily. Kren defending, wins a ball, tries to play Hall wide. Pass deflected, though, and it'll come all the way back to Kincaid at midfield. She launches into the top of the D, volleyed out by Baldwin and bounces over Visman's head. She does a nice job to cut it back to midfield, finds Gibbons. She lets it go for Perry. Trying to find Katie Hall, but that just was the wrong club there. She used a 3-iron, should have just used the putter.
Yeah, she's been a little firm on some of her through balls today. Right, a lot of good ideas. Her vision's been good, just hasn't executed. Nice ball there from Hall.
Rocco, top of the D. Gibbons. She's forced back, plays to Visman on the far side. And ball goes out of bounds.
The
So
hubby wife.
ball out off of Baldwin. Be a Panther third. Got subs coming in. Kara Marsh, Eden Oslander. And Marley McClintock. So some girls getting to see their first action of the year with 1:30 left. It'll be brief, but maybe they can make an impact here, Gavin.
Yeah, get one late.
At 4-2, ball off of Katie Hall's head. She's going to try to keep it in on the end line. She gets to it but can't control it, so it'll be a goal kick as the clock ticks down past 1:20. Here's Kara Marsh into the area. Kara was good in the JV game today, and here she is on the varsity field. 1 minute remaining in this game. Here's Kren with the right foot, shoots into that back post, and the goalie's there. Ended up being a comfortable save for the goalie.
Their backup goalie's done a really good job, Rob. She's only allowed 1 goal, and she's been under fairly consistent onslaught.
That's a good point. It was 3-0 at half, right? Or yes, 3-0 at half. It seems like she's given up more than that, but she hasn't. Here's another again by Madsen, that heavy touch. Poor Jane just letting her down. That final touch as she goes to get the end line.
Yeah, I think she's going to be kicking herself as she's sleeping tonight, just knowing she's created a lot of good stuff.
20 seconds left. Here's Gibson looking for that, or Gibbons, sorry, looking for that 4th goal. Ball played up over midfield. Stahl and Snyder out there. It's a foot race down the far side. Stahl still on the ball. Plays it through Mia's legs, but that'll do it for the game. 4-2 Panther victory. We'll see you at Peters on Monday.